tips I'm about to give right now are for emergency care, like if you cannot get to a clinic or a physician. But if you can, I would encourage you to get to a physician as quick as you can. If you throw your back out, if you have back problems, neck problems that are emergency, go see your chiropractor. Come see us, whether we do adjustments or acupuncture. That's what I suggest, but a lot of these recommendations are based upon you not being able to get to a chiropractor right away, probably on a weekend like a Friday night or a Saturday, and you've got all weekend to deal with it. So these are the tips that I give. And also remember, ice is anti-inflammatory, and rest is oftentimes the best thing for you. So enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, it's Dr. Traveler, and as promised, I said right now we're in the middle of a move of our office, and we had to bend and lift, and chiropractic tables are so heavy. And so the whole time I was thinking, what if something happens right here? And we had our 3 doctors and all of our staff. Now luckily, we didn't have any injuries, but I just kept thinking, I talk to patients and say, if something happens, then there is a lot that you can do right when it happens to kind of stop some of it from getting worse. Now, number 1 is prevention. And if you're watching this on YouTube, go to YouTube. We have a video on lower back exercises. I'm probably going to redo that here soon. But low back exercises, bridges, abdominal crunches, staying limber, do those every day. Prevention is obviously the number 1, so do those every day. If it's a disc problem, if you're having a lot going down into the legs, go to the one with the ball where you lay down on the aerobic ball. That one's good for maintenance of a disc that you can just do at home. There's other Sphinx stuff, and I'll show some other stuff, but those 2, the ball, if you've got stuff going down a leg past the knee, or just regular, do those bridges and abdominal crunches, okay? Now, before you get going, if you're doing a move or you're a weekend warrior, warm up. That's probably the most important thing. So don't just start, picking up boxes all of a sudden. That is just foolishness, okay? So one thing you can do, I always say that the best warm-ups are to do an exaggerated movement without any weight or resistance of what you're going to do. So you don't necessarily have to bend over to practice bending over and picking up boxes. One thing you can do is go one at a time and do like some leg swings. If you look, essentially, my hip is doing the exact same thing, so just go through like some leg swings or bring the knee up, nice and gentle at first, and you can get a little bit deeper into that. You can do, some squats, and so go down into some squats and get warmed up, but just practice, go through those warm-ups of what you're going to do. Don't throw at anything too hard, but you start out nice and easy and go a little bit more. So number 1 is warm up. Now, let's say that you're in the middle of a move, it's summer, a lot of people are moving, you bend over and you feel your back, quote unquote, go out, as they say. Now, if it's if it's on one side or the other, kind of what we call the butt dimple area, if it's right there, most likely you sprained your SI. Now, there is something you can do right then. I don't love braces, and this brace, we've got a different one. We just had this one sitting around. You don't need anything fancy. We have these braces at our office that are fancy. Walmart carries some pretty good braces for about $30. And so I don't know if you'd say you want to have one on hand if your back is already a little bit temperamental. So take the brace, don't wear the brace if you want your muscles to do as much as possible. So focus on maintenance and warm up, but if something happens, then grab a brace. So within about 10 to 15 minutes of hurting your back, and it doesn't have, this brace, like I say, has a hard piece. It doesn't have to be hard. Just get the brace and wrap something around your hips, okay? Wrap something around your hips as tight as you can. Within about 10 or 15 minutes. Now what that does is, if it is right there in the butt dimple area, you most likely you have a sprain like you sprained your ankle. The body doesn't care much about your ankle though, it cares a lot about your lower back, so you want to tighten, put something around there. That's going to make the muscles not want to go into as much spasm. It's basically like you're doing what the muscles would do. And so I have a lot of patients that if you can get that back brace on quick enough, you can kind of temper the spasm that's going to come, okay? And the next thing is, Don't do more. I know that if you're moving, you've got to move. Call somebody, get help. But if you just keep picking on it, think of taking a sprain and just keep stretching it. You don't want to do that, okay? So, continue to wear the brace. Maybe hold things where you don't have to do any bending and lifting. Another thing is just prevention. You don't ever want to put a box. So a lot of times, like yesterday, we had like 3 boxes high. Don't have 3 boxes high and put it on the ground. If you know you've got 3 boxes, have boxes stacked up to about right here so that you can, just set it here as opposed to going all the way to the ground. And the last thing is posture. I'll take this off to kind of show posture. Always remember that when your chest is up, everything is locked into place, okay? So if you drop your chest from here to here, just that, see if you notice my chest just drops, it unlocks your SI and it unlocks all the facet joints. Keep your chest up, so when you're moving, keep the chest up. Try to stay away from dropping forward. So as your mom always said, lift with your legs, not with your back. So if you've got to go down with the legs. And if you've got to go down to the ground, have something light. Like I say, stack up boxes, drop down like with one knee, or high-chested posture with a light box. Put it down on the ground, and then you can stack stuff on top. So there's the not only prevention, but if something happens, brace it. The other thing I forgot is pain-free movement. So if it hurts right there, push there and kind of lightly go through some movements. Sometimes if it's a joint capsule, if there's a capsule caught, you can kind of relax it by pushing where it hurts and going through pain-free ranges of motion. So pain-free ranges of motion, brace if something bad happens, warm up, and prevention is the key. All right? So here's to a happy move, or bending, lifting, whatever you're doing, and this is Dr. Traveler signing out.